Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game 1 in a series between Yumiko versus WC here on Twisted Meadows. Now, this is a human versus human mirror match, and both of the players decided to use pseudonyms, so I'm not actually 100% sure which one is Yumiko and which one is Claire. So at the end of this best of 3, I won't be able to tell you who even won. Let's just say that Claire is spawning as the blue human on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, we have an unknown blank player, but we do know that it is WC and Yumiko, so these plays should be very, very entertaining to say the least. Now, in this human versus human mirror match, we already see some deviations in terms of the build orders. Now, WarCraft 3 is a game about timing, and you are always trying to get ahead of your opponent ever so slightly. By speed building that Ultra of Kings, you do lose a little bit more minerals, but you are able to creep out this Goblin Observatory camp much more quickly. Some of the big items from this rock golem could be a Sobi mask and a Tome of Experience. Getting up to level 3 pretty quickly, or rather quickly, can spell near certain doom for your opponent if he gets, say, some bad items. Now, I don't know what some of the bad items are there. I just know that they do exist, as we are going to be speed building an Arcane Vault as well. So far, the militia are already moving out across the map, and this is a rather unorthodox creep camp. Is the Archmage. It looks like the Archmage is actually going for the Goblin Merchant shop first. This is not your typical location, especially as he is teching Blizzard. Alright, Blizzard, not your standard run-of-the-mill game plan at all. As you can see that the Troll Trappers are taking a bit of a beating there. They will end up all falling here, as the lower hit point militia will all fall as well. There we go. There goes one Troll Warlord. You can see Tome of Agility +2 militia now should be perhaps trying to make its way in there, as the Troll Warlord will fall. Archmage was perhaps hoping for a better item, really needs... Oh, I'm not quite sure why he ran in there. As we can see, now the Archmage is going to sell that Devotion Aura and now perhaps use the Clarity Potion and try and go after this particular creep camp. Is he going to continue to go for militia with Water Elementals? I don't believe so. As you can currently see, he is using a healing salve. He does have Brilliance Aura, but he is not, I repeat, not going to be able to throw down any Water Elementals. Meanwhile, a much more traditional build coming in from Claire off over here. And I got to assume that Yumiko is Claire based upon the traditional play using that Archmage and Water Elemental. I don't believe Yumiko is known for the crazy unorthodox styles. Meanwhile, WC has been known to surprise me a couple of times. I'm sure someone out there can let me know if I am right or wrong. Meanwhile, this Water Elemental going to be really chasing down this Footman. The Footman taking a bit of damage already. And the human player, the Claire, the blue human player, may be thinking that he's actually buying himself a lot of time, preventing this Archmage from creeping. As true as that statement or sentiment is, this Archmage wouldn't be doing that much creeping anyways. It does not have Water Elementals, so it is going to have a very difficult time creeping. All he was doing was allowing that Brilliance Aura to do what it does best, help that Archmage regenerate mana, and then it would go ahead and try and take down all of these Ogre Magi's right here. We should be seeing a Blizzard right in this location here in just a moment. Both sides are going to be going for a fast expansion attempt. However, the Scourge Bone Chime's a very, very strong item for this Archmage, and this Archmage is really, really gonna be even stronger because of his surrounding units. That Vampiric Aura keeping these militia alive much, much longer. You can see that he's not gonna spend nearly as many gold on healing, on scrolls of healing, as we are taking a look at what Peasants now making a move back over here. Footman looking for what is the remainder here. Ogre Magi actually didn't get finished off here, and this is a bit of a really, really messy game. You can see how messy it is. You can take a look. That creep camp is not yet done. Archmage is gonna teleport over there, take a quick look around, and then it's gonna even pick up the Tome of Strength there, finish this off. get the additional experience. And wow, Claire is just looking absolutely unbeatable at this point. Having a level 3 Archmage, gonna get another Pure Up of Vitality, 2 very good items on that Archmage already, extra mana and extra hit points. We can see that the pink human player will be forced to come up with a strategic game plan now, as we are already going into a sped built town hall down over here at the 3 o'clock position. It will be 2 bases to 1. The only thing really going for the pink human is that he is teching the tier 2, and with that tech to tier 2, he could perhaps, in fact, get up a second hero and make a bit of a play, especially with Blizzard. Blizzard could really destroy a lot of these militia or these peasants before they get within range. One footman sitting off over here. You can see militia now making their way off to the north. They're not going to be able to creep anything at all. Archmage still, or finally getting up to level 3 as a footman falls. But what is he going to be picking up at as his second item? Archmage could teleport over here. It looks as though, yes, this one poor footman is going to go ahead and head after all of these militia, as the Archmage may be teleporting off to the north. It looks as though this will be a tavern hero. Panda would make a lot of sense just because his opponent will be sticking at tier 1. When your opponent is at tier 1, being able to huff and puff and blow these arcane towers down are extremely important. We already see that we are at a keep. I'm waiting for that second hero, and it is going to be a Pandarin Brewmaster. Pandarin Brewmaster coupled with an Archmage with Blizzard. That is plenty of AoE to try and destroy all of these peasants. The problem will be those double arcane towers. Is the Panda going to be pushing himself in? Is the Archmage going to perhaps get in some easy damage as well? There you go. There's a Breath of Fire. There is Blizzard. And that is going to be hurting all of those peasants. Going to be forced to run away, as there is Blizzard or Arcane Towers taking a lot of damage here. There is some feedback damage now on that Archmage and that Panda, as they both are in full retreat. Archmage Panda looking to make this game come alive. This duo of heroes really needs to shut down the economic advantage that Claire has worked so hard to get. We could see a Zeppelin picked up here in just a moment. Yes, it will be a Zeppelin, as the Archmage looks to see if there is arcane towers here. He quickly notices them, and also the human player being very safe and cautious, building an extra arcane tower in the back of his base. Alright, Archmage waiting for perhaps more heroes to come their way. Archmage could throw down another Blizzard off to the north and try and do a little bit more creeping, but the Archmage and Panda combination is not working out all too well. Let's take a look at the follow-up strategy. Claire, currently just sitting on 36 over 48 supply, has plenty of gold ready to go and is now taking the tier 2. Any real advantage that he was hoping to do with this duo of heroes has pretty much gone out the window, as his opponent is now catching up rather quickly with this keep. If he can train up a Mountain King or even a Panda of his own, he will be able to fight this back just because he has a superior income. You can take a look though, plenty of towers. What is going on here? There is not that much gold at all, as we are now throwing down a blacksmith and going into double Griffin Aviaries. Alright, duo Griffin Aviaries means that we are going into air, and that is going to be a very interesting play. I've always said this about Twisted Meadows. If the players are in fact able to if they are able to set up and clear out the corners of the base, that is generally more than enough. You can see that the Panda and the Footman are battling it out over here, and we may even see more Blizzard coming in to try and stop these arcane towers from being constructed. You can see there is a Troll Berserker over here. Panda now trying to make its move in. It is going to get, pigeoned off over here, as the Panda does get picked back up. Are we going to perhaps see Dragonhawk Riders? No, we are just seeing Griffins at this point. I don't even believe I don't even believe there was ever a barracks for the pink player, so he's not going to even be able to get animal war training. You can see that this Goblin Zeppelin is just flying around on the corners of the map, And if we get enough Griffins, we may in fact just start to try and creep out the corners of the map. I don't know if the reveal actually revealed these Griffin aviaries here, but if they are not revealed and his opponent continues to train up more footmen, he is going to be in a load of trouble. Alright, Goblin Zeppelin now still doing a bit of flying around. Archmage is, I believe, still sitting at level 3. Griffin now being doubly trained in addition to the Stormhammer, and now also going into workshops. I am still scratching my head trying to figure out what we're going to be seeing here. Really, the pink human player is not doing anything to give himself that much of an advantage, as Claire is just going to be sitting up and getting up his own Griffin aviaries, perhaps for Dragonhawk Riders. Dragonhawk Riders do dominate human versus human battles, but then again we can also see a workshop with perhaps some flying machines being added as well. So not only are we going to be seeing Griffins, we're going to be seeing flying machines, which is the counter to Dragonhawks. So he's building the counter to the counter of his strategy, hoping that staying one step ahead will be enough. Archmage currently does have that Mountain King. The Mountain King just currently running along the ground, checking out every which corner. And if Claire somehow loses this game, I'll have to come back and study this replay another time. He seems to just be absolutely dominating everything at this point. You can see flat cannons is being researched, no additional Griffins being trained at all, the militia being called to arms. I don't even think that, as the Dragonhawk Riders are just taking to the skies, going after these units as the Archmage wants to get to level 4. Finally, we see creeping out of this bottom of this Goblin Observatory here at the 8 o'clock position, Paladin being added. That is once again a rather unusual strategy. It is going to be a human tri-hero with militia and Griffins trying to finish off this expansion off over here. We can see that there are more flying machines gathered together. Taking a look, we are sitting at 43/48 supply. Still has plenty of supply for one more Griffin and also 3 more flying machines if need be. And what is the follow-up plan going to be? Stormhammer, I believe, was researched. We are going into a lot of flying machines now, and the flying machines are going to destroy these Dragonhawk Riders. That is going to be a huge, huge pain now, as this combination of the Griffins and the Paladin is just going to make a move out across. Goblin Zeppelin still looking to see what exactly the pink human player is doing. He has just been lucky enough to constantly be outside of range and never spotted. There's Blizzard again. So much damage being had. The Troll Warlord could get taken down rather quickly. Ogre Magi, no, it looks as though we are just going to be seeing a lot of Holy Light to try to keep the army alive. Troll Warlord goes down. Paladin now sitting at level 2 as we see even more heavy creeping. We are now going into a third base by the human player, and this is rather unorthodox. You never ever see a human player get 3 bases when his opponent is just sitting on 1 because of upkeep. Claire is going to be in low upkeep, and if he wants to really saturate this base off over here, he's going to need another 5 peasants. He's going to be so heavy in terms of workers that he may not have enough for everything else. Now, interestingly enough here, you can take a look. There is Blizzard now coming in. The scout towers are going to get taken down very quickly. As those Dragonhawk Riders, or sorry, not the Dragonhawk Riders, the Griffins do deal a lot of damage. There's a Breath of Fire coming in. There's the Shackles, but the Archmage does teleport them all back in time. Now, this is a rather big surprise as well. A handful of flying machines with flak cannons have already been researched and built. We could see another flying machine added here as the Archmage is now taking this opportunity to just fly around the map. This is exactly what needs to be done, as we are going to see perhaps this footman getting taken down. Yumiko, or I don't even know if this is Yumiko, the pink human player is purposely keeping a strategy under wraps. He doesn't want to let his opponent know about it, because as soon as his opponent knows about it, he's going to be able to counter it. Alright, the Griffins are currently ensnared. Archmage now getting up to level 4, will get level 2 Brilliance Aura. Paladin with a Ring of Regeneration. I absolutely love Rings of Regeneration on Paladins. So difficult to kill. meaning the rest of your army is difficult to kill, as we should be seeing perhaps a scroll of Town Portal trying to leave the way. Are we gonna get that? No. In comes the flak cannons, and there you go. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Blizzard now coming in, and now you see that strategy completely catching Claire off guard. All right, the flying machines, are they going to be able to do anything now, as they should be able to just turn around and take down Dragonhawk Rider after Dragonhawk Rider. Archmage now in a little bit of a retreat here. What's going to be happening? Human Tri-Hero, as the flying machines are still going after the Dragonhawk Riders. The flying machines actually have, I believe, a slightly faster movement speed. Are they going to go down? Yes, they are constantly getting shot down there, as another one bites the dust, as the flying machines are now still trying to chase off over here. All right, let's take a look. Archmage is now back at home. Paladin gets to level 3, as the flying machines are still giving chase and have taken down every Dragonhawk Rider. 52 over 90 supply. This is not where Claire wants to be at all. I think this would be one of the few times a 3-base human is gonna is actually in an unfavorable position compared to a 1-base human, as the 52 over 66 supply, double training Griffins now, but he still needs to get up an expansion. This Griffin rather low on hit points. We may see a Staff of Sanctuary bring him back home to get healed back up. Yes, we are going to be seeing that, as we are now looking at the flying machines just hunting around the map. Oh, these flying machines should not be falling to some creeps off over here, as the Panda Archmage still looking around. All right, one poor footman going to lose or die at the hands of a Griffin. There we go, or the hand of the Panda. Not quite sure who actually got that last hit there, as now peasants are now making their way off to the north. Another Staff of Sanctuary saving this Griffin here. It will regenerate hit points, and this has been a rather unusual but entertaining play by both sides. 3-base human sitting at 64 over 90, going in for even more Dragonhawk Riders. We now see flying machines being added as well, and Claire able to do so just because of the superior economy. However, the Archmage with Amulet of Spell Shield is going to be very difficult to take down as well. As you can see, a Null over here will get taken down. Paladin and Panda already at level 3 each. They are going to be very formidable opponents as well. And with the Panda and his Breath of Fire, even these flying machines have to be extremely careful. The flying machines do have 2-0 upgrades. Not quite sure why the piercing upgrades or the gunpowder upgrades were even researched at all, as we are now going to see an engagement here. Oh, this is going to be bad. There's Blizzard. So many flying machines are now trying to fly away. Flying machines are going to get taken down left and right. The Griffin now trying to fight back, as both sides losing a lot of units. The Panda could get off another Breath of Fire here. There is I believe that was an Amulet of Spell Shield dodging that one particular Stormbolt, as we now see Knights joining in on the fight. The Knight finally trained up. We can see Animal War training up to 975 hit points. There is 3 towers right here. Are we even teching Cloud? Yes, we are. So Claire coming in with Cloud will be able to take down all these flying machines or all these towers without any real pressure. The Cloud going to just stop them from attacking, as we now see the Griffins now trying to come in and engage. There is the Blizzard. Paladin now trying to get away. Knights are now trying to chase as well. Are we going to see? Yes, a Knight will get taken down. Level 4 now on that Mountain King, as this poor flying machine trying to fight back against a squadron in the air. Both sides are still battling out here. Archmage has plenty of mana, but low on hit points. It does get Holy Lighted and saved once again. All right. Archmage, Mountain King now trying to do a little bit more pressure here. More Blizzard coming in. This is just a tremendous amount of damage constantly, as Claire losing a lot of hit points on multiple of Dragonhawk Riders. There is Divine Shield once again coming in. Both sides are fighting it again. Mechanical, flak cannons just absolutely destroying a lot of units. There is another Holy Light, and this is the Human Tri-Hero at its best. Oh, the Archmage able to teleport away in time, as now we are going to be seeing both sides still fighting it out again. All right, there's another Blizzard. Another flying machine does get taken down. Knights are now coming in. The Panda should perhaps be actually joining in on the fight, as the Paladin is now rather low on hit points, but can afford this fight here. All right, what's going to be happening? That Paladin low on hit points. The Mountain King has plenty of mana, but Stormbolts the Archmage again, and that Amulet of Spell Shield dealing or causing so many problems. Claire still running up on 3 bases, about to lose this gold mine here in a couple of seconds. Nope, a whole bunch of peasants come off the gold mine to repair. It will repair all of these all of these flying machines, and then saturate and grab the last couple gold in about a minute and a half, 90 seconds to complete that. All right, more flying machines being added. 660 gold. I'm not sure how exactly the pink human player is staying in this game. Meanwhile, the panda is regenerating from that staff of sanctuary. It is now back up to full. Paladin regenerating hit points very, very quickly as well. We can see double staffs of sanctuary on each of the archmage and the paladin. So far, the flying machines and the Dragonhawk riders are going to try to come in for another push. Paladin only sitting at level 2 here. Archmage sitting at level 5, double scrolls of healing to try and counteract all of those breaths of fire. But the breath of fire is going to be coupled with blizzard as well. All right, are we going to be seeing this here in just a moment? Knights now trying to back away. There's a breath of fire, and there you have it, a little bit of an engagement as both sides still looking to figure out who can fight better. The Archmage could try to come in with a blizzard. He has maximum mana, and then absorb a bit of the mana from that Mountain King, as the Mountain King will most likely waste the Stormbolt. No, goes after a peasant instead, and there is a blizzard now. Flying machines have to be really careful about where they're going as a Dragonhawk rider rushes into its doom. All right, the Archmage dealing 40 damage per wave, 8 waves, that is 320 damage to 5 units. For a possible 1,500 damage if it is all hitting maximum units, but I don't believe that will be the case, as the blizzard will be backing off all of these units again. Claire not looking good, 46 supply versus 96, but somehow the blizzard breath of fire army is doing exactly that, holding off his opponent, as the knights and the flying machines are just all in the air. This is really what we're seeing, is that Claire is being forced to deal with a constantly tech changing army. But now that we have siege engines, that pretty much could be the end of it. There is nothing going on off over here. Oh, expansion will be built. Everything needs to head back home. No scroll of town portal. Flying machines, cloud now coming in as well. Guard towers not engaging at all. And that will pretty much be the game unless we see an amazing, amazing move come out of nowhere. Flying machines are now ready to go. There you go, going after the flying machines. There goes one. Are we going to perhaps see some more? Flying machines now coming in and engaging. Dragonhawk riders are all falling apart. Where are the rest of the flying machines? Blizzard now coming in. And what is going on in this fight? So much blizzard, so much attacking. And the panda perhaps needs to get a breath of fire off in order to stay alive, taking down more of these units again. You can see level 5 now on the Archmage. It looks like the castle will get taken down, as the Paladin is still fighting against here. There's another breath of fire coming in. Archmage could perhaps be trying to get off another blizzard here in just a second. Yes, there is that crazy blizzard. So many units, taking damage. And you can see how many low hit point knights need to get away. Another knight falls, but that's a pink one, as we now see that there is more breath of fire coming in. Stormbolt hitting, I believe, a spell shield, once again stopping the attack as the blizzard comes in again. Archmage fighting back against the flying machines. Is the human tri-hero going to be enough? There's a staff of preservation saving the Archmage. The panda now trying to stay alive. The panda is going to be in a bit of trouble, and there is the game, as Claire takes game 1, but in a really, really unorthodox game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Somehow, with a resource score being down, by being down 8,000 gold, he was still able to stick around in the fight and play extremely well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.